Yeah, that means that we should be jumping into the game any second now.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, guys, then this is Spain A against Vietnam A. They had to play 3-3 just because they mix up a bit of the scheduling, but the other games will be 4v4. And with me will be the fourth player here of Spain. It will be ralber, who's more of a shy guy.
Yeah.
So tell me
Sorry.
something about the TIF choices and the TIF positionings here. We see Spanish Huns and Aztecs for your Spanish team, but the Chinese players did go for the Vietnamese players did actually go for Chinese here.
Yeah, I think Spain went for Actex because it suits BBK's style better. I think Chinese is stronger for the team, but weaker in 1v1, so I guess it would depend a lot on how the pockets do. If they can abuse the Chinese early on and take advantage of the Actec pick, Spain should have a lead early on, and if the game goes longer, the Vietnamese team should have an advantage.
Okay. The good thing first is that they have Aztec's flank and the Spanish pocket, probably the perfect situation for them.
Yeah.
On the other side we have the Chinese, the pocket, so yeah, would have been vulnerable if he was flank against the Aztecs, but except that you probably want to have them at the flank as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do we miss anything? For example, the early boar lure here, or boar steal, by BBK against, say my name, VNS Yellow here, and it seems to be successful. At the same time, Tito was trying to be active as well, but didn't find any boars yet.
Yeah, we're concerned about BNS stealing things because they seem to do that in a lot of games. And I think it's an advantage that Mongols are banned in the Arabia, so it's harder.
Ah, okay. Yeah, makes the stealing less viable for sure. And BBK now sending 5 villagers on wood. That's pretty untypical. What should... Yeah, I read into that.
Well, Rika has his own style.
Okay.
I don't think he followed the mainstream build orders because he plays Nomad mainly. Look, he kind of improvise on the games.
Ah, okay. He did send the villager back, so it's all good now. And he's still missing 2 of his own sheep, but found them now. Where is he? That's a very early boar. He still has 2 boars on 80-90 food. And only getting the 3rd one. Probably a bit scared of a steal there. The other side, it seems all pretty fair. No stealing, yeah. But ACM lost his scout as well. How big of a deal is that? Especially against a tricky player like Tato.
Yeah. Gonna make him hard to read into what Tato's gonna do. They both go in foreign wood, so I guess they go in men at arms or trash or something like that.
Okay. At the same time, back T is only sending 3 on wood. That as a pocket position is pretty rare. Is it an option for him to go for forward as the Chinese? Not really, right?
I don't know. Yeah, it's especially hard on Chinese since they have less wood, so they need to make up for that. I suppose he was saying the new village to wood. Oh, he's not. That's weird. PVK is doing the rags already.
Yeah, and he even got a gold as well. Is that an option to go for M&A, or what does that mean?
I don't know. I think he's gonna dash since he has a lot of food.
Yeah, looks like it's not sending more villagers on wood. Okay, then give me some inside informations like how does it work with Spain A? How much is Tito of a leader? Who's dictating the strategies? How do you decide on your home map, for example?
Well, the captain of the team is Boksho, who doesn't play much, but he's a very hardworking guy. So he looks into all the maps and thinks about the civilizations and the strats and things. But then the main calls, Tatu does them, since he's the best player in the team by far. So we kind of rely on his knowledge of the game.
Ah, okay. And like, how does that work? Proxy is just coming and saying like, guys, I was in my chamber for Kappa Pride. I was in my chamber for a week and came up with a new home map for you guys, and you're just adjusting it.
Well, yeah, he give us his opinion on the maps, and he watch the rivals games and things like that, and then he comes up with advices. Then we all decide together what to do.
Ah, sweet stuff. Here we see the Josh now coming in from BBK.
That's very important when you want to play good as a team. You want to work the maps and the games.
Ah,
you don't want to improvise them. You want to play good at high level, I mean.
Yeah. Okay, gives me some insight for Germany A to know who I need to fool in the practice games.
Also, this map pack has a lot of interesting maps that give you room to surprise the enemy and to work on strats. I mean, like Seize the Hump or Descending or I don't know, Chaos Pit. They are unique maps that require unique style playing. So.
Yeah, makes sense. Tito went for the M&A forward against the defensive Thrasio, which turned into M&A as well from ACM, but was running into the wall, so ACM safe. At the same time, already one villager down and one eagle down at BBK's side here.
This back is going castle after all.
Yeah, looks like it. But felt like a pretty weird build-up, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, now it's so annoying here for Say My Name to defend that. How could he have done it a bit better? It felt like his map was a bit too open to be completely walled against those militia. Is he doing fine, or is he losing too much time here?
I think he's getting taxed pretty hard. He should have walled at least the wood earlier.
Okay, and I see forward villagers by BBK even. Ooh. That's pretty weird because he has resources to just go up after that. And he still went for the forward.
Yeah, I would say he kind of improvises the way he plays it.
Look at that, 800 food, 100 gold, or 120 gold, and he still goes for the forward now. That's so weird. Maybe feels like he did enough damage to just keep going.
To be fair, Green is not defending the map, so he can get punished pretty hard.
Yeah, and back T will be there so much earlier, building the stable though to the north, and ACM just trying to continue and wall himself. And Tito is going for the forward as well, with the aggressive villager here at the front.
Yeah, the plan of the game was playing aggressive because, I don't know, it gives you more room to surprise the stronger teams.
And did BBK just cancel the wood upgrade? And is now going up nonetheless?
It's going castle now.
Oh, it's so scrappy. Needs to build a spearman ASAP, otherwise he might lose those villagers. And Venus Yellow has to be so surprised how that's looking like. Why is he building a blacksmith in my face?
Yeah. He's stonewalling now. I really like the changes in the Nationscup mod. The more expensive wall and slower building and lower HP.
Yeah, you're very welcome. How much does that affect like into your strategy? How do you decide like, oh, now we would have normally played this way, but since it's in this special mod, we have to play this way?
I don't think people has adapted to it completely. I think people play the same way, but it makes certain strats weaker.
Okay. So you don't take this into too much consideration as well?
Yeah, I suppose people think less of bowling now, but I don't think it's changed too much.
Okay. Nice offensive tower here by Toto, and he keeps up the aggression. And yeah, ACM in a lot of trouble. Not having any stone. Now he has enough stone to build another defensive tower, but Toto might be getting in and still doing some damage. Where is Bekti going? He's going for 2 stable knights as it seems, but not with any upgrades. Will be interesting.
Spikes too. That's smart.
Lan playing at 1 stable, 1 extra TC so far. That's a bit indecisive. What he wants to go for.
Well, I think the early game went as good for Spain as you could hope for, so it's gonna be interesting now, seeing if they can push the lead forward or they just get outplayed and lose.
We will see. Lan now coming in as well and trying to force the issue here against the walls.
Where did just got the archers out when the scouts went there? Oh, he ran away, what the fuck?
Well, those scouts are pretty low after all, so maybe against some kiting he would have even lost. Trying to build another stable now, and yeah, Green playing it pretty solidly, I would say. A lot of stonewalling, and they could have went for the team wall, but yeah, it's sometimes tough to coordinate. ACM now on the way to Castle Age though.
Cool. I guess it's harder to team wall when you are under pressure. Yeah,
absolutely. And if you didn't scout it before and coordinate it before. And Tito, yeah, still continuing to do the aggression against ACM, who's now pulling 5 villagers to wall. And that's putting him back pretty heavily. Not sure where Bekti is with all his knights. Didn't see him anywhere nicely so far.
I think he went to Tato's base first, and then he came back. He's hidden them at base with a monk.
Interesting stuff, okay. And now they are in ACM. Can he get the walls done? It seems like no. And I don't really see Bekti having enough army to come around and help out. Tito sending in more and more, and ACM, he doesn't have enough stone to defend his wood line and build a tower. I believe he's in a world of trouble.
Like teammate at workshop base, I think he's expecting archers.
Yeah.
He's at his walled, but they're not going his way, so that's good for Spain A2.
Wow, and now down to 35 villagers. Tito will reach Castle Age in roughly 70 seconds, I would say. At the same time, we have PBK doing some damage now, going for bot. Gennaro has to fight against Bloodlines and +1 here, or Say My Name. Can continue to do some aggression. Probably needs to wait for the +2 defense. Here is Say My Name. And let's see, now Tito continues, and he is just wrecking ACM apart here. This looks pretty good. And remember guys, whoever wins this match is in the round of 8. In case of a draw, VNS continues, since they played 2-2, I believe. Oh no, they lost, but they won against USA, indeed. And Spain did draw against USA. Did you feel like you could have done a bit better than drawing against USA?
Yeah, we had a problem because Chato was playing against Doubt in another tournament, and we played the Arabia 3v3 without, I mean 4v4 without Chato, and we lost that game. I think if he had been here, we could have won that game maybe, or done better.
Yeah, maybe. And let's take a look. BBK now going in, getting some will kills here, and is going back after doing the damage, fearing that a lot of knights are coming out with +2 defense. But for now, they only have +1. 37 villagers for both flanks here, and they are losing more and more. Back T finally. +2 defense and bloodlines. He can now do the damage. BBK going for all the eco upgrades, and ACM in a world of trouble. Look at that, not a single villager working at the moment for ACM or getting resources. One is building a house.
Yeah, it seems pretty screwed right now. I think the only chance for BNS this game is Bhakti doing a miracle.
He's looking at 56 villagers, but Lan at the same time looking at 70. So not even in that regard is an advantage here for VNS. And this is looking so good for Spain to start the series off greatly and rather put you into the position to carry your team to the W. Now at the same time we see Chateau is getting cleared up, but only with heavy losses here of ACCM and Bacti, and just maybe even Chateau is winning that here. Having the hill advantage and having quite a bit of spearmen really helps out. And ACM 41 villagers, it's not looking great for him, especially because now Chateau is coming in and he's going for a lot of CA.
Yeah, they're collapsing on Bhakti now. They have a nice lead on the wings.
Yeah, and now pushing in, going for ballistics. There is a siege workshop out, so has to be super scared here. BBK maybe focusing down the siege workshop first. He's now splitting off with the crossman. Not 100% sure if that's the best option, but Lan is just going for the pure night flood here, and will just do an endless amount of damage. Chateau needs to reposition and is so incredibly annoying here, and ACM continues to really, I don't want to say die, but that's basically what he's doing.
Yeah, ACM is out of the game. Green is doing nice damage on BBK now with the knights. He got 4 bills of 5.
Oh yeah, absolutely unprotected from there.
They push the lead on the sides and they are collapsing on mid now, which is the threat. If they can get back to the economy and take him out of the game, then the game's pretty much won, I think.
Yeah, and both armies there trying to be annoying, denying a lot of farms. I'm missing a bit of knights, but Lan is now coming in. They need to buffer that in the front. Baby K maybe needs to retreat. Chateau most likely could lose some of his crossbows.
Blue Wood is in trouble.
Oh yeah, for BBK, he's not watching at all.
He's no noticing. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was like 8 villagers down here for sure, but at the same time they are doing the damage against Bacti, and he cannot really get anything out at the moment. So many idle farmers. He's looking at 66 villagers and only 50 of them working. At the same time, Lan 90 villagers and full knight production, although he's only having 4 stables, but so many more knights out now killing the manglers. That means the crossbowmen can continue to do a lot of damage here. Ooh. Say my name. Preparing forward to teams. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, cool. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, Chateau continues to be annoying against ACM, who cannot really do much, cannot get really onto a lot of gold. It's now having some stone, but look at that, Bacti just in a world of trouble. Now losing villagers under his CC, losing villagers left, losing villagers at the top, losing villagers right. He cannot really control this 3v1 situation, and how could he?
BBK is in trouble too. That's the only threat for Spain right now. He needs help from Lan.
Yeah, but Lan is up to Imperial Agent. Oh yeah, that's the only gold spot at the moment. Now switching into barracks, so maybe triple pikeman production really helps him. He's even sending villagers away to just buy himself a bit more time. He's accepting that those villagers will die, but hopefully some... Oh, he's going for squires first, so he already has pikemen tagged, it seems.
PvK is dead, but so are Bhakti and ACCM, so I think in the end Spain's gonna win.
Oh no, he's going... he still wants to finish squires. That's a bit weird for me. And now trying to fight down those rams, at least that's what he's trying to. Maybe some monks, especially with the 1.5k gold that he just had, would have been a good addition here, but he just bought himself a bit more food. Trying to buy himself more time, and I want to see more stables added here by Lan. It's continuing to look worse and worse here for the Vietnamese guys. Yeah, BBK is pretty much dead here as well, down to 40 villagers.
Yeah, Lan's coming now. I think once Lan reaches Imperial Age and starts killing green, they would call it a GG. This is pretty bad for me because if I suck in the next game and we lose, it's gonna be all my blame.
Yeah, yeah, or maybe they can say, "Oh, BNS Cool is the best player ever." Without him, they have no chances. Okay, and Big T indeed is saying the GG, and that's a 1-0 here for Spain. Ooh. What will you say to your team when you come back into TeamSpeak now to them?
Well played.
Okay, and yeah, what was the weakness here? Of what can you exploit in game 2, 3, and 4 against BNS here?
We have to know what the home maps are gonna be because, as I said earlier, each map is very unique and needs to adapt to it pretty hardcore. So I don't really know what to expect. I don't know what BNS is gonna pick as home map. I think Nomad or something like that, but I have no certainty about it.
You guys, you have a prepared home map, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then good luck with that, and thanks for being around, ralber.
Thank you, my pleasure. Have fun with the casting and have fun with the games.
Thank you.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, good luck, good luck. Oh man, here, Spanish flank of ACCM really struggling against a very aggressive Tattoo Hans flank, and he got the damage done. It's looking very, very good here for the Spanish guys. Just remember, if they win it 3-1, VNS, who was, yeah, kind of a favorite to get into top 4 as well, and even by the Viper being considered to be even a contender for the number 1, might be out. They could get eliminated here in the group stage, not making to top 8. Then they obviously would be the super top favorite to win the Silver League. But yeah, I believe even Spain, especially with 3-3, is looking pretty strong for Silver League as well here. I'm pretty excited. I think I can even... No, I will just mute myself in TeamSpeak, and that was pretty well played. Vamos a la playa. Oh, 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 oh. Germany A versus Australia B. Hard. They will lose to another German team. Tom, seems like Germany E beat Australia D or something. Standing by a comment. Here, Rob up to himself now. I must say that loss was caused by ACM losing -1 scout and back teaming one village just early in the game. I believe losing the scout, I believe he didn't, the strategy was pretty tough. Because going defensive M&A against a Han player, and then he just went into walls. He did have 2 bad stone spots. Yeah, losing the scout so early was really, really ugly for him for sure, yeah. Is Leary playing in Australia A or B? I believe he is playing in Australia A. Yeah. Yeah. Australia U17. Risky to only have 4 players in team. Last years they had a 5th guy to back up sign up, I think. Well, that didn't matter in this case if they had 4 or 5. I did say that he played for Australia A. I did repeat Australia. I knew what you did there. Oh, I saw what you did there. Wouldn't they play 4v4 now with 1 more guy? Well, if the flank dies, even in 4v4 they would have lost. So we can speculate again. Oh guys, Spain A, they can make it. So I still have a home map. Can it beatbox the AOE2 music? I think no. I never tried beatboxing, and I have a very good sense for rhythms. Very bad sense, I mean. I was playing drums for 1 year and was incredibly bad. Yeah. So yeah, I would need to try that before I go into public shaming. Oh, I really did sleep very poorly this night. Had a tough time to fall asleep, woke up several times, and then my alarm took me into or woke me up in a very bad phase. Super exhausted. And I need to play Euro qualifier later on as well. Will be tough for me. Have you tried to beat the meat before sleeping? No. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. I don't drink coffee then. I never drink coffee. I drank 1 coffee in my life. And that was Luca coffee in Indonesia. Like the most expensive coffee. Yeah, there is. Yeah, thanks for giving me the confidence, Reaper. I always felt insecure, but now after you say it, I feel like I finally can do it. Thanks. That's true. That's true. 40 seconds back delay. You're waiting? I'm waiting. But we will jump into the game any second now. Game number 2. The home map here of VNS. Hype song? No. Not in between games. Wow. Okay, you're really getting ill here. Will this be the first time Spain A has joined the final stage of a Nations Cup? I don't know. Probably. So in the old days, Spain had very strong teams. With Thug, ralber, Russo, Rookie, Kalungal, and yeah, they were extremely strong at that time. And ralber did say he expected Nomad to be a choice here for VNS. And indeed, we have an OTC start for this game. It will be the home map of VNS. And we are looking into Bedouins. Chinese BBK. ralber playing the Mayans, close by Sito with Spanish and Lan Persian. So they all four play together. On the other side we have Say My Name and Bekti close together. Very fun south is VNS Cool and ACCM with the Spanish here. They won against CSI as suck, yes, but only after Tsunami beat CSI as well. But yeah, they performed incredibly well. Basically, Thug and Tsu at one point were the only two teams in the world who did sling and really knew how to exploit. And had probably the best team play. And performed pretty well. The good old days. Speaking of like 2004-ish times. Well, those were probably the golden days for every Spanish fan. Good old WCL times as well. When Arbalete still sponsored tournaments. Just have to say if those were the golden days or if we are in the golden days now. Because in all honesty, there are streams every single day, tournaments every weekend, and they call the I kind of expected that. And not 100% sure why. Oh, Teto called the reset. Okay, maybe they felt they were too close together. That makes a bit more sense. Okay. You think the golden days are now? Probably. It's just took a look at the last weekend. This weekend will be full of AOC as well. We have several offline finals a year, like China event, Escape Euro, LAN. Yeah, it's a good time to be an AOC fan again. After everyone thought, like after MSN Gaming Zone shutting down, the game would die, or after like 2008, we didn't have any more tournaments. Yeah, but so people showing so much interest and so much support. It really keeps going. Yeah, a lot of people returned indeed. Like ralber. He didn't play for a solid 6 years and then came back. And it's incredible. Like, this game is incredibly old. And there's still like young people, for example, like Eddie or Leary or Hira or something. Very young people actually picking up that game. And Yeah. Just think about it. I played AOC online before Livery was born. I played when I was younger. The zone went offline and I thought it was dead until about 2 years ago. Yeah, that's what a lot of people thought. And it's tough, like if you could open the game and just click on something and it connects you with the world of AOC. It's so much easier than nowadays where you think like Age of Empires, nice. I get the game, then you click on MSN Gaming Zone and it says offline. Then you think, oh damn, you can't play this game anymore. It's not like very intuitive to think, okay, let's Google AOC community and yeah. Yeah. I haven't played for a solid 10 years, probably even more. Oh, Reaper. Really? Funny thing, like PRV Limp, if you guys know him, he's the main admin of this tournament. He is watching basically every game, but only played like 2 multiplayer games in his life. Or something like that. It's like he never plays. It's so weird. I've played AOE2 for like 2 weeks in the last 15 years. Feels bad, man. I've played AOE2 for 2 weeks in the last 2 weeks. Wow, really getting cold here. Not too great, but I believe it won't be the longest day today. But I need to stop the stream afterwards, since I will play against Winchester, and I'm not allowed to stream that. But Bubbly Official will take over for you. Austria A against Vietnam B will be covered, and after that we will be back with China SY versus Battle C. 5-minute spec delay now. Wow. Vietnam is going crazy here. They really don't want to lose this. Ay, ay, ay. To be fair, AOC is a game that you can get so much enjoyment from spectating. Yeah, that's true. I think one of the major things of AOE2 is the fact that its graphics can't get old. Well, they're already old, so they can't get old, yeah. Summer holidays for the win? Yeah, same for me. 6 weeks of summer holidays. It's like a sport. Yeah, it kind of is. That's why we call it esports, right? My skill dropped drastically and I can't figure out the FP on Bubbly. Well, there's a big support group, like tech support. You can ask for help there and they can absolutely help you out. Australia might win something versus Vietnam B. 5 minutes spectator doesn't scream confidence to me. Yeah, that's true, Clementor. Yeah. Clementor, do you want to co-cast? I feel chatty today. And not like the streamer. 14. Well, as I said, 5 minutes back delay, so we're down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Cap up. Okay, I will be annoying to them quite a bit because now they're discussing, okay guys, it's only streamers here, so we don't really need to put chat off when spectating. But I will just start to talk a bit till they put chat off here. Do you feel there's any player map combination out there that you won't think the Viper is favored to win? That's a good question. Probably like deathmatch games against Kellen. He would be an underdog. Oh, I put chat off instantly as well. Arena versus Eddie, I believe the Viper is a favorite. Probably like Forest Nothing games against the top guys, since he doesn't have the knowledge. Scenarios, he would lose against the top players, but only knowledge wise. That's a very good question. Feels like he's invincible at the moment. Or like, not invincible, but always a favorite. Yeah, so I have to say he probably is a 4. Michi versus the Legend, Frost9. Well, Frost9 isn't that good, but yeah. Okay, then let's jump into game number 2. Second try here. 5-man spec delays. Pretty brutal. And let's take a look. BBK playing the Chinese. We have ACCM to his top with the Spanish. Tito in his back, ralber in his back, and Lan in his back. So left hand side is basically for Spanish, right hand side is for the Vietnamese players. Venus Yellow's playing it with the Persians. We have Venus Cool with the Mayans and Back T with the Chinese here. Looks all pretty standard to me. Civilizations are mirrored, and let's see how they will try to play it out. But if he had to, would probably still be favorite, don't you think? No. I believe he is still lacking so much knowledge for Forest Nothing that he would probably lose at least like the first 2-3 games. But after that, yeah, I'm not sure how good the Forest Nothing players are. But I have not played a single Forest Nothing game in life, so I cannot really tell you how that works. Oh, PBK? That's weird scouting. Not. Oh, well, that's the enemy. So he saw a house now. That's weird that he's scouting with the villager. Although he has 2 sheep. Oh, yeah, he has 2 sheep. I believe normally only scout with the villager when. It's so scared of this to see. Is there even legit Forest Nothing players out there? I have no idea how good the top players are. Start of Bedouins, obviously not a lot of scouting, except some sheep. A player trying to get as much shellfish as possible. No one going for the Mongols here. Something that we have seen being picked from time to time. Because they have some boars sometimes. Shellfish is as fast for you as for the others. Looks all super standard to me. Some small walls here, very cool. Not 100% sure why he's doing that. Especially if Back T is so close and Chinese. And he will build a castle anyway, so Not 100% sure, but maybe just a reflex. Thinking, okay, very short distance. Oh, looming even. That's interesting. Something you don't see too often. Yeah, not really happy with how he's doing that. But yeah, probably reflexes as well. Nearly, did you play 11.5 with new civs in HG already? 1.5? No. But only heard good things off of it. I played on main HD. Doesn't really make sense to play 1.5 at the moment for me. With the escape tournament being played on HD. And Mongols banned? No, only in the very first game, Arabia. I think this game, I've seen this game or similar. Well, relics are distributed pretty evenly, maybe a bit in the favor of ENS, but in the 4v4 that's not really important, especially with Spanish out. So we don't need to take a lot of look into that. Ah, that forest nothing, okay. Cool, now up to the feudal age, and that's pretty early. Playing at pop 19 here for Say My Name, pop 21 for VNS Cool. Not 100% sure how good the ecos will be and what they will be going for. 3 villages on gold, so he will probably boom, trying to wall a bit here at the front as well. And now the rest of the players are getting up. I believe pop 23 plus 2 is what I always play, but maybe can even make it a bit faster. We'll see. Trying to get the team wall up as it seems. And yeah, look at that. Bacteria already is up. Or has his team wall up. And yeah, it seems like it's obviously so easy to have some holes in the oasis. But that looks all solid. And maybe they need to wall between those forests somehow and get a castle up. But ACM will get the castle up as well. And that means Cool should be able to boom here if you ask me. And he's not on stone yet. So that's a bit surprising to me. Let's take a look at his resource. It feels like, oh, those are looking strong. But where is he building a market? Okay. And blacksmith should be coming up over here, it seems. Indeed. So that looks like a pretty solid start by Cool. And then we'll see the rest. Lan going for double bit X. Does he have so many resources as well to click up? Well, he isn't on gold yet. And that's interesting. I believe Lan's uptime will be pretty late. Still waiting for a second building. Is he maybe going for scouts? No. What are we witnessing here? I'm a bit surprised. Ralber will most likely go for will go for plumed archers, conquistadors, fortito, and team wall will be finished indeed. BBK going for the boom here as well, and it will be a way more passive game than I would have thought, seeing Spanish and the Mayans going for their unique units and the rest to boom. Oh, but Lan is actually going for scouts. I'm not sure if I like that too much here. They probably want to scout some and give maybe the Spanish player an opportunity to go for better Kongs or something, but yeah, we will see. Oh, Karo, get no internet. I'm so glad that you didn't kill yourself and that you're here today to observe even more. We will have, I believe, 3 Nations Cup games today and no Escape AOE today, I believe. They will only cast tomorrow. So it won't be as much AOC as you were used to see the last 3 weeks. But yeah, if you want to tune in and are interested in the Silver League, then you should probably get a lot of action out as well. Yeah, we will see how that all will play out here. Cool, nice uptiming. He is still somewhat on stone. Oh, he is on stone. So he will go for the Plume Dodges as well. And Back T is adding stables now. So they are team warning, but they are going for army as well. BBK playing it Monastery. Oh, he's heavily housed as it seems. Playing it a Monk Rush against ACM, who has some idea of it, as it seems. Take a look. He sees a house, he sees an outpost, but he sees not the forward. Maybe he scouted it with some buildings before that. He is looking at 700 stone, so the defensive castle is absolutely an option for him. And yeah, the castle should be going up if he's not building it too aggressively, and he is not, so yeah, feels like BBK's aggression won't do too much here. Back T is scouting it, and yeah, I think that could not go better for the Vietnamese players on that flank. Same time, Lan a bit behind. Castle now from ralber, castle from Tito, castle from ACM as we saw, and Cool should be building his one as well. Oh, getting some raids here of the villagers in. And yeah, villagers really struggling to get a good surface area. And therefore, Lan can get some kills. Losing some HP on his scouts, but yeah, that's looking pretty good for him. Debated Pyramid is coming through. That scout really wants to kill that mill as it seems, and that's 4 villagers down. Not much Cool can do there. Maybe could have walled 1 or 2 and wait for his Plume Dodgers to free him. But that puts him down to 25 villagers. Not the greatest spot to be alive with. Blue continues now. Conversion against the scout. And even falling back a bit. And uh-oh. To click away and wow. What? Look at that. He cleared the scout after it got converted. And ACM now coming in, and that one scout paid himself off so well. Look at that. And ACM looking in a perfect position here. Killing 3 monks, killing 2 mangonels, not losing a single unit, only 1 scout traded off. And that's so good. BBK not getting the converts in there. Tato now coming in. And yeah, that went super well for them. At the same time, Back T, where is he getting stuff done? I don't really see anything off of him. Except a lot of sheep scouting. Scouts continue to ravage here. Nice caddy, 6 kills here and only lost 1 scout. So doing some damage here is Lan. Take a look, no, oh actually gets a convert there. Felt like after dying as well. Weird stuff here. Okay, let's take a look. Lan going for the full boom. So should Say My Name. And the question is, what do the Chinese players go for? Baby K did go for the aggressive Monk Rush here, did get 1 convert, but needs way more. And he's only playing at 1 monastery, so I'm expecting him to go for, yeah, something more than that. Looking good for ACCM. Getting this 6-3 KD. Cool is not looking too great with this 4 lost villagers early on, but the rest looks also reasonable. ACM very low villager count, but that doesn't really matter if he gets onto his nice numbers of conquistadors. Where is Teto with his army though? Oh wow, and BBK really not seeing it, losing so many villagers here. And Teto, is he at home? Was he trying to defend against the knights? Looks like it. And yeah, that keeps him super passive. BBK, another GC, and what a weird one. Only good thing for BBK at the moment is that ACM is not having the defense upgrade, so the arrows of the GC are actually doing quite a lot of damage, but going down to 35 villagers now, and that will only dwindle down even further. ralber trying to save BBK here, but ACM in such a beautiful position, killing all the plumed archers as well, and Teto really needs to come over and help. Same time, cool, going for his plumed archers as well. Back T, I have no idea where he is active, but he's going for monastery and a siege workshop now. Is his eco so good, or what is he trying to go for? Only looking at 53 villagers, 72 strong villagers here by Yellow, who is actually going for 40 CC as well. Teto now finally trying to do the damage. Look at that, 1 to 20 for BBK. Aye, that's not the greatest KD ever. 18 to 8 for ACCM here. Trying to get one convert done, not even achieving that. Wow, okay, now doing that conk, and yeah, Teto only 5 to 4. Although he's going for conks out of the pocket position. Normally you want to see him going for more kills there. How many TCs does he have running? It looks like 3 for now. Maybe makes it even 4. So his eco looks pretty solid as well. And it seems like that's the day of finished pyramids. Having a good day for you guys. And now the rush continues. Lan is on the way to Imperial Age. He did have a pretty poor game the other day when he played the Spanish and tried to boom, and yeah, I believe it was against Brazil, and didn't perform too well. He's up to 74 villagers now. That looks pretty solid. He's going for +1 defense bloodlines, so he will go for Cavaliers and might be able to do some damage. Same time, ralber needs to retreat a bit. The guy who they know will be blamed if they don't win this series, because at the first 3v3 he was not there and they won. So basically it's now a duel, Cool versus Cool versus ralber. Let's see how he can take this fight. But yeah, seems like Cool is retreating as well. Same name, the other person, Boomer, is up to the Imperial Age as well. 50 villages ahead though, so his production will be better. And, oh, that felt good. And the thing is, Back T is pushing here as well. And that will be tough for Lan. Isn't having the greatest boom. He still needs a bit more time. Now even opening for his Cavaliers. Where do we hear some converts? Oh, against ACM here. Where is Teto? Finally doing the rampage here in the back. And finally getting to the KD that we want to see. Blue, by the way, still at 1 to 28 only. Oh, Flow AOC arrived! The Naya pyramids. Has been quite some time. We did see a lot of good pyramids today, but now the fun is over, guys. Turn off, go to Mam channel where you can pyramid for free, but here, Flow AOC now rules the world. Getting some kills done. Teto finally active. He is looking at a strong 87 villagers here as well. And that's pretty impressive. Going for a lot of conks there with the Spanish. ralber trying to save against Back T, but against +2, those plumed archers aren't doing too much damage. And we see Lan losing a lot here, down to 78 villagers at the same time. Semina 107, and he can go for the big Cavalier raids now as he pleases. Conquistadors, oh, that's actually pretty good. If he can keep Same Name at home, and just force the first cavaliers to go out there and maybe even kill some villagers, deny some time, then I believe that's a pretty good strategy choice for them. Oh, but he just killed some monks and is now going back. Not 100% sure if that's the best option. Maybe BBK requested some conquistadors there against ACCM. Or maybe just to tell things, okay, this guy's imp, I probably will not be able to do too much pretty soon. But no, he was just indecisive and is now back and killing another villager. Forcing Semoname to stay at home. The push here against Lan continues on the way to +4 defense now. Mangonel's going down, but the converts for Baek-T should be so good. But now enough cavaliers are coming out, and I believe with that round of cavaliers they can take the engagement and should be winning. Killing this one Mangonel is pretty crucial, but after that the clear up should be pretty easy. Fighting a bit too long with the Mangonel still out if you ask me, but now clearing that up and it's looking all good. Having another TC over here, so the 4TC boom is real, but needs to continue producing villagers. 85 only at the same time. VNS Yellow already on the way to Paladins, and he was absolutely, yeah, I don't want to say uncontested. He did get some raids against him, but not that many. What is Chateau going for? He's switching on to the Cavalier Paladin tech as well. BBK an aggressive castle without going to Imperial Age. Not 100% sure if that's the greatest choice here. And Baek-T now on the way to Imperial Age as well. Let's see what he can do, and maybe if he switches into something like Ram Harbor here, he maybe could be doing something at the same time. That's a pretty good castle by VNS Cool. Ralber is on the way to researching Elite Plumed Archers though. Maybe 1 or 2 traps out, and Cool will have some troubles. He is Imperial Age as well. And is trying to keep up the aggression here. Teto, take my energy. He is. And oops, that's a good positioning if he would take this fight here, losing 2 Kongs. I believe just trading 1 for 1 would be pretty good for him here, but will be tough. Now running under the TC fire as well, and not even one-shotting a Cavalier here as it seems. That's pretty weird. JCM now completely at home, needs to go for Bloodlines, and Teto running into an area where he might lose everything, might even need to take this fight now to not lose anything without fighting. Okay, so that's a goner here, and the totally clear. Teto actually trying to run a bit more. Maybe he can get a villager left or right. Same time Lan looking in some trouble, but overall the game pretty even, I would say. Ralber needs to carry now, but he is only looking at 23 military. That's normally a spot where you could see some players go up to 40 plumed archers already. Having 3 castles pretty soon should help out with that, but Cool is having elite plumed archers as well. BBK finally on the way to Imperial Age as well. Lan getting paladins, Sito getting paladins. So just maybe Baek-T needs to switch into something else, then going for cavaliers, because that just won't be a unit too great. And we'll change the speed a bit more so that it's going a bit smoother. Baek-T going in with the big raid against Lan. Not 100% sure if he can defend that properly. Needs to go for more boom. 91 villagers only, still not completely finishing the boom. Ralber preparing some rams here at the side, trying to deny that castle, and there aren't more villagers, so if Ralber kills those villagers, that won't be really replace that castle. And Lan still in some trouble, trying to get more stables up, and he's getting pushed. Maybe he should expand a bit more to the left hand side and get another TC up. He's going there with some cavaliers. At the same time, we see Baek-T already trying to control this area to set up the trade for his whole team. And it feels like they're controlling 3 corners at the moment. Ralber getting the engagement here. Maybe they should even go for a sling for Lan here. Is there someone looking at Imperial Age and full pop? Not really. Chateau at 180 roughly, ralber at 170. So both not having the eco just yet to go for the complete sling. At the other side we have ACCM looking at 110 pop, but the rest looks a bit stronger for them. 150 plus for all the other Vietnamese guys. T now going for chemistry and +2, so maybe wants to stay on Cavaliers for now, but switching onto something else eventually. ralber not having the greatest defense here, and Paladins off, say my name, coming around as well, going for some Halberdiers maybe is the option here for ralber. Now pushing back, and that will be a lot of dead rams for sure. Going for Coinage here, Seto, who's rapiding away with all his paladins. So that's looking good, and a very scrappy game. I would say small advantage for the Vietnamese guys. But overall, it's still Seto and ralber looking at very strong pops. And maybe they can pull it back. Let's take a look over here. Is PBK able to push against ACM, who's now switching on to Cavalier tech as well. So we'll have double paladins for them as well. Just what Lan and Teto are doing. Teto now coming down, but so is Say My Name. They have to play the 3v1 at the moment, or 3v2, until Teto comes in, but might be a bit late. And yeah, look at that, Lan just losing so much, and they need to get the sling, and at the same time they need to control one more corner, because at the moment they're only controlling this left side and not really getting into the trade, something that they absolutely need to take care of. ralber +1 only on his halberdier, so not really having the upgrades, and I don't really see a good engagement here coming up for our Spanish team. As the game is a bit laggy, I was trying to slow it down, but not 100% sure how we are making it smoother. It runs a bit smoother now. Where is ralber's army? Oh, looking at only 40 plumed archers. At the other side we have 100 for VNS Cool. Look at that, 100 plumed archers against only 40. That's really the difference here after 2 additions here. PBK now going for Chukunus, but obviously so easily cleared up again. It's only a small amount of paladins coming over. The Chukunus will die, the traps will die, and ACM will just have so much more time. And tough to defend there. Teto now pushing in the middle, and this looks like at the moment the VNS players are in full control. But it's just going down here for ralber, not really the production up for Lan. BBK is getting pushed here at the front, not looking great anywhere. ralber is finally holding this, and Teto is going for a lot of paladins, so that's good for him. Trying to get more rams out now, but look at that, T going for the full switch as well, as we would have expected of him. And what is he actually going for? Is he going for Scorps? Is that an option? No, it's still only rams, but let's take a look. Okay, so he's still on Cavaliers, although 2 of his teammates are switching for Paladins. So I believe he needs to get onto the transition, getting onto some bombard towers. Maybe should buy some stone and then go for Chukunus, because at the moment he is not building the strongest army. ralber trying to ult, but he's running out of buffer in front of his plumed archers, and now with all those rams out, he can basically do nothing. That will all die here. Look at that, no defense. Teto needs to come over, but he's trying to take another engagement over here, and that's a pretty good one here for Lan and Teto together with ralber. But what does it really help? Well, like, they will kill some rams, did force the army back a bit, but they didn't get the huge kills. And at the same time, it's looking pretty dicey. Paladins now finally out for Teto, trying to fight down those rams here. But the castle of ralber will die for sure. That puts him down to only 3 castles here for our Mayans player from Spain. Still, the corner situation... Trade not started yet though. It's only for map control at the moment. Back to the first one to really set up markets here. Rather, still trying to get up to his high numbers. He's now looking at 50 military compared to the 80 of VNS. More towers of Bakti around. Look at how Bakti is able to put the resource on this map for a small moment, not having 200 more out of all the resources, and that was pop 165 and full production. So really his macro is on top this game, and the usage of all his resources. We see ACM going for Paladins, BBK, maybe a Halberdier push would have been the better option, but even then Cool can always come over and send some Plumed Archers, but that would force them over. So maybe that's a better option. ACM now going for the raid, and BBK, what can he really do? Needs to fall back now. Paladins of Tattoo around could help a bit more, but it's so tough to macro at all sides. Land now... A lot of Paladins. I believe that's an engagement that the Spanish players could maybe take. At the same time, all the Vietnamese players above 150, and we see 3 players under 150 for our Spanish side. Tito the only one with the full pop and not really finding the engagement he wants to with the Paladins. ralber blocking him a bit, Lan going in a bit early, not having all the upgrades. Another castle of ralber will fall, putting him down to 2, and that's pretty tough to have only 2 castles and trying to catch up here with the from large account, especially finding under so many bomber towers. I believe the addition of more cavaliers is not that great of XT, but now going for onagers, and that's a pretty good engagement. Bomber towers in the back, so many plumed archers in the back, paladins here at the front. Say my name is outnumbered, I agree, but that does not really matter if they have so much firepower from behind here. Rams at the front, not too great against paladins, but at least soaking some damage here as well. So many arrows flying here in the back. Look at that. Cool. Again at 100 military. We see ralber at 46. And I believe now the paladin amount was enough for our Spanish players. Yeah, probably a quite even trade. At the same time, the push continues, but they felt like that was not convincing enough. The Spanish, although they won this fight, but not having too much siege and getting pushed all over the place. They only have 25% of the map and no chance to trade. Sick execution here by the Vietnamese. ACM absolutely stomping BBK after this failed push here, and not just dying against the aggression of Bakti after he went for some scouts. Did get some kills in, but not enough to save himself, and especially not getting enough kills in against Bakti. Pretty beautiful game by him. Resources, yeah, the guy streaming, booming in the middle, controlling the game. to toe, just roughly behind him, or yeah, I feel like he catched up pretty reasonable there. And yeah, that's cool. 15-19, pretty impressed by that. For example, 1656 only for the Chinese players, so that's pretty disappointing. Back to uptime. Not 100% sure he didn't go for scouts either. Oh, I missed something completely. And that means we're evening it out. BNS only needs to win 1 out of the next 2 maps to go into the top 8. Spain needs to win both. We now have the home map of Spain, and then choice of Bedouins, Continental, Cross, Ghost Lake, Microphone, or Twin Paddles for the team struggling. Oof. Not the greatest game by ralber again, although I love him so much. I just pray that Spain will win this game. Otherwise, the fourth game doesn't matter at all for no one. Oh, mini Kappa pyramid. Oh. Anti-Springer should rename himself to Anti-Pyramid. Who played for each team so far? Game number 1 was BBK LAN Tito against Bacti, Say My Name, and ACM. Game number 4 was BBK LAN ralber Tito against the 4 VNS players. Cool, ACM, Bacti, and Say My Name. There's only one thing you can do to stop this, Nilly. What do you mean? Cool. Both played in their top lineup in game number 2. And game number 1, they played without ralber and cool, since ACM screwed something up with the scheduling. And they didn't have too much time. And therefore played one game 3-3. If Spain doesn't win this, Brazil sees the only potential upset left. Well, Vietnam B can still beat Brazil and Austria. Yeah. VNS B got an admin loss versus Brazil. Feels bad, man. Spectator started, guys. Well, Canada beating Finland, or like placing ahead of Finland, is something upsetting as well. Taking over a higher seat there. Germany A most possible lineup. Skittle and Arena and me. That's going to be it, or we won't play. Envy and me are around, and the question if Skittle has time or not, that will be decided in some hours. France versus Brazil C will be interesting. Agreed. Although it won't be, yeah, an important game. But yeah, it's the first like taste of knockout stage. I'm not even sure how good it is to get first or second. I believe, yeah, it probably is better to get first, since you avoid Canada, SY, and Brazil B. But on the other side, you have to face Argentina, Finland A, and Vietnam. So, yeah, we will see. I just want to see Australia A, Storm Germany A, and Silver League and Ireland Array Band Oasis with the South Tyrolean in the 3v3 team. Okay, Clemenza. Not going to happen, but if you want to see that, you probably have to take some sleeping pills, and maybe one of your dreams might be exactly that one. Spectator down to 30 seconds. Remembering, you guys, if Spain is winning the next 2 games, they advance into the round of 8, and Vietnam is dropping into the Silver League. If Vietnam is taking one of the next 2 games, they will take the Silver League spot, and they will take the Gold League spot, and we see a prepared home map for Spain, because we are seeing decentering. BBK playing with the Japanese flank. His pocket is Chinese ralber. We have Persian Lan and Mayans for Teto. That means they're playing it without Vikings. Interesting. Cool with Mayans. We have ACM with Vikings. Same name with Persians, and Bekti pretty much here in the middle with the Chinese. Interesting to see them not go for Vikings here. Not 100% sure what Poxo thought there. I will ask him, Poxo, why no Vikings? Would you have thought to play Nations Cup in 2017 when you played in Nations Cup 2005? And no. I thought I would play Age of Empires 3 at that time. Venus, win this, please. I want to breathe again. I would love to see a 2-1 here for Spain, and then an all-deciding game number 4. Hey, who won what? Arabia 3v3 was won by the Spanish, and Bedouins 4v4, the home map of the Vietnamese players, was won by Vietnamese. Yeah, I was so sure like Microsoft and Assembly Studios, they would get out a great Age of Empires 3, and I would be playing Age of Empires 4 at that time. And yeah, so I felt like Age of Empires 2 was great, but or I would be playing like Warcraft 4 or something. Oh. 5 min plus pause is GG. Huh. I should have asked them why they're playing without Vikings. So, Lan letting the outside. So, Sito. It's an option that we see a restart here, but only Vietnam can take one. Oh, look at that. Cool and Sito kissing each other. Pretty inefficient here by Cool, and that's a pretty good start here. Maybe a restart called by VNS after Cool. CC will be denied so heavily. No, we will play it out. Uh-oh, and Cool, he will be behind so far. Is he rebuilding his CC at his mainland? What? 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 Guys, he's rebuilding it on his mainland. I believe that's putting him so far behind. That makes no sense. Look at that, Tento. Just having his CC up already, and his transition will be so much better on the outside. Damn, Lan getting his CC up. It's so bad, I believe. Oh man. Okay, well, good for the... you are not allowed to will fights before the TC's up. Not a big fan of the house here at that position. We're blocking his deer and his shawfish a bit, but well, you don't want to see the stone or the gold. You want to see the deer and the shawfish. That's more important. So being as cool CC is okay. I probably would have built one to the left hand side, but the positioning was okay. Oops, taking some damage here. It's Sato. Oh, not to 8 HP. Oh, Lan, look at that. Pushing his deer with the villager. What a funny move. Something you don't see too often. Oh, look at that. Beautifully put both under the TC. Good stuffy. Okay, everyone else looks pretty reasonable. Ralber now with the early Darky. And so who are the guys? So it seems like BBK and Ralber will go for water against Back T and ACCM. This is my name on land and cool. That was a tough decision making. And they didn't call a re yet, so I'm a bit surprised that he didn't call it. Because how much worse can a 4-minute game start on that map? Pretty peaceful game, obviously. It's cool building a dock. And if they lose the water, then Cool is in a world of trouble. But yeah, it's something in the distance. Okay, going for the more defensive dock. Although Ralber went for the more offensive one. Not 100% sure if you shouldn't dock like the same way your teammate. Like he not having the greatest dock positioning here as well. Docking somewhat towards the island of his partner. And say my name. Feels like he should be floating some food. And for some docks now as well. Overall villager count, look at that, Cool at 12, Back T for example at 19. Yeah, it is Mayans and yeah, it is Chinese, but yeah, he shouldn't be behind the Vikings or the Persians so much. So with a better TC at the moment with 4 more villagers. That's just brutal. Ralber, 1 villager ahead to Back T. BBK, Japanese, no one I can compare him to. Maybe 2 more villagers than the Vikings, and Persians are 16 and 15. So small advantage, I would say, or like at this stage reasonable advantage for the Spanish team here. Ralber up now, 13-44. Finally, he's showing what he's made of. The benefit of building the TC on your smaller island is that you have it faster. And that's why, yeah, and you have guaranteed sheep as well, guaranteed deer, guaranteed shawfish. And if you go to the outside, it's a bit of a gamble. If you find sheep, if you find gold, if you find stone, and you're some villagers behind. Yeah. As you can see, well, it's tough to compare players now, but Vikings should be slower than Persians. Yeah, and indeed, faster start and more water control. And yeah, you can build the docks more aggressively as well. So if you have a good uptime, you can put on the pressure. At the same time, BBK struggling a bit to click up, but that looks like he already... Oh, no, he is up. ralber is up, Back T is up. And it's only ACM struggling. And that's not a good build-up by him. 1546. ralber now able to do the damage, guys. And this is looking good for Spain. I cannot say that enough, guys. If Spain wins this one, they are putting it into one deciding map. Only one single deciding map. Oh, beautiful play here by the Spanish. Blocking with their transporters. The fishing ship here of VNS Cool. To be a bit less efficient. And no chance for Cool to punish this just yet. But you can only do that if you already are on the outside. She's say my name, now up. And he... Oh no, Back T is actually building docks on the outside as well. Trying to send his villagers over. And that's a nice and early transition. But his crush will be weak here. Having 2 docks up now, and Back T will probably try to defend that area. But if we see a double grush into that area by BBK and by ralber, we might be able to do some damage. ralber maybe losing some HP against GC here. No, not yet. That would be pretty interesting. So let's take a look. Cool, now trying to re-boom here, or to re-land. He will be trying to go for some archery ranges and will be able to maybe be annoying with some archers. But he's landing between 2 players who already landed to the outside. So I believe that was pretty poor landing. Take a look, what did he see? And he knows that those are not taken. So he knows he's landing between 2 players who actually started on the outside. That's pretty bad. You always want to land between players that have their starting TCs on, or their TCs on their starting island. So an archery range over here would be so much more efficient than against Teto or Lan. So yeah, not the greatest landing spot here, if you ask me. At the same time, let's take a look. KD still 0 for everyone. Not a single first blood, and that might be the first aggression here. Back T trying to run around a bit. Say my name, some galleys. And where is BBK? Coming over with his galleys now. ralber trying to micro back, some damage done. And that will be the first ship going down. ralber super active, look at that. Controlling 3 groups at the same time. And finally BBK is around. ACM on the wrong side. Will be able to punish Teto, but that will be it. And Back T heavily falling behind here. And maybe even some fish of Say My Name will be lost as well. At the moment it looks like it. And his goal is at the water line here as well. Teto the first one to click up to Castle Age. And we always have to compare him to Cool. Huh, look at that. Cool now landing villagers over onto the island of Teto, but he's saving that villager. Funny move, and that's pretty ugly. And what a great start here for the Spanish. Same time, is Teto doing anything on land yet? He did sneak some archery ranges through as well. And look at that. That's what what I said before. You need to have the archery ranges at someone who does not have a defensive TC. So those answers won't do as much. Well, Lan's walling himself out. But he can go on tonight. He can wall himself nicer. He has a defensive TC. And you will see those archers of Teto or crossbow soon to be against ACM will do so much more. But Teto lost his fish, so that's good for the Vietnamese players. Will Teto be able to get in over here with enough? Right, that's a question. And how does Say My Name Eagle look? He should be up. Wow. He lost his fish so early. And that's a pretty poor build-up by him, I would say. I'm surprised by that. Is he slinging? Let me just quickly check. Am I... No, no sling. How is he looking at 60 food? The only guy who should go fast castle out of his team. Together with Cool. That's tough. Now you can see ACM stonewalling here, but he does not know that Teto is already around. Let's take a look. What is Lan doing? He is, yeah, just trying to wall more and more. And seems like he should be able to not manage that. Maybe get some more walls up. Still buying himself more and more time. But cool, is continuing to push. Maybe Siege Workshop out would do something. Ah, Semenem did go for scouts. That makes sense now, finally. Okay, he already killed 2 and is getting more and more here. So that's good. And that's what I wanted to see from the archer ranges of Cool here. And now if they combine forces, they can do a lot. And yeah, that makes so much more sense. But now crossbowmen coming from behind. Teto did not spot that over here. But they will do a lot against... Say my name. At the same time, water fight. He's doing quite a good job here with fletching, helping out. Lan on the way to Castle Age. And then we'll have 2 players in Castle Age against all the Vietnamese players still in Feudal Age. Those scouts cannot get in anymore. Did get some kills, yeah, I like. And now, oh yeah. Cool should be getting in over here against the palisade wall. And that would be super efficient. Not a great team player now. Crossbowman did get some farmers here and is now raiding Bakhti. And this is looking pretty brutal. More crossbows, but they will only get like 1 or 2 more villagers, I would say. Maybe not even that. And that's looking so bad here for Semenem on the outside. What a scrappy game. And at the same time, let's take a look at the water. Bakhti doing a reasonable job. Those cannot put themselves under the tower because, yeah, galleys can just clear them up so nicely. And Teto losing every single one of his crossbows. And not doing too much here. So VNS, that was a good last 1.5 minutes for them, I would say. Still having some aggression here against Lan. And... BBK trying to be aggressive still without fletching. ACM going for fletching, and that will be some kills here against ralber. Let's take a look. 1 village down might even deny that tower. Should pull that tower a bit earlier after doubling for so long on the other side. Maybe they can trap those now, but still without fletching against fletching. Not the greatest deal ever here. Semenem finally up onto the castle age. Needs to pull more villagers and still does not have the greatest defense. Is building 1 layer of palisade walls now, but those won't do too much against some crossbows. BBK, get fletching. Getting a market first. Now needs to wall even further. BBK is not going for the siege workshop. Needs to wall up here as well. It's not really getting the damage done. What is Teto doing? He is only at 2 TCs as well. And having some idols as well. Oh, that's surprising to me that he didn't try to house wall here, because now Cool can push in and Lan does not have anything. And that might be so good. Look, let's take a look. Lan needs to quick wall this. Oh, Cool should be doing so much damage. Let's see. He will be denying that little spot. Let's take a look. Is Lan committing more villagers? He is losing more villagers, but not getting the walls up. And that's so deadly. So deadly here. And Lan will lose all of his archers over here, or so many villagers over here, and that just opens the raid against ralber and BBK as well. Semenem at the same time is going for no aggression just yet. And Cool, if he's not losing those into... Oh, it was Market Blacksmith. Market Stable, I mean. That's why he cannot build a siege workshop. And Lan, look at that. 4 to 16 down to 25 villagers. Cool going crazy. This is so cool. Yeah, you could say so. Ralber trying to get more towers up. Struggling at home. At least that ended. Okay. Now BBK punishing ACM, killing the transporter, and that's a lot of villagers here still on the main island that aren't really used. 2 defensive towers are pretty nice, getting even more defensive towers up. And now wanting the archery ranges of Teto here, who is going for the siege workshop monk push. So Semenem in some troubles there. Oh man, La not really getting into the greatest game here at the moment. Seems like ralber can set the defense up for his team. Maybe they need some walls over here, and then they can always force Cool into going those towers. Let's take a look. What is Back T doing at the moment? Not going for any more water, at least that's what's looking like, but I was wrong. He still has 15 military here. Against the 20 of BBK on water, but finally has fletching, but not on the way to castle age, and that's a big thing now. Whoa, should get 1 or 2 kills here. Back T trying to take an engagement now together with ACM, trying to do some micro shenanigans as well, but is still getting one shot by the amount of BBK. About can have a war galley around and being researched. Losing his... No, that's the second TC for Say My Name, but will lose his first TC. No chance to defend that. Maybe a Mangle indeed, maybe some Knights. Big engagement now over here. Let's take a look. What can ralber really do? He's stuck in feudal age for quite some time as well. Finally, Scorpion may be able to kill the last villager here of Cool. And that cost them so much that they weren't walled here properly. Mangonel now, that could be a pretty efficient fight for Seminam if he kills like 1 Mangonel and 2 crossbows. Maybe even 2 Mangonels, and it's so tough for Tito to look at all the time. And maybe 1-for-1 trade, and not even that. Seminam gets 2 for none, and that completely smashes down the aggression here for Tito. What a beautiful defense, and that was super efficient. Tito not having an outpost, not putting his monks out here to maybe scout some, and Seminam should just re-wall here, and then it's looking pretty good for him. Tito building another archery range after those 2 were walled. He is trying to boom still. A lot of idle villagers, is up to 3 TCs, but not the greatest eco ever. Back to running around, and we see BBK still in feudal age after all that time, and don't really see how he can transition so many idle villagers. Now maybe force dropping some food and finally clicking up. 35 minutes there. ralber and Cool not so much earlier, but... Oh, and we see ACM. Not clicked up yet as well. Need to build a lot of towers around, and that's what you can get onto in some weird situations here on decentering. That some players... Oh, Back to actually walling out. Venus Yellow here. And that's what you can get into. Some weird situations where one of your teammates is still in Imperial Age and the others are already going to the Imperial Age fights. And BBK, what is he doing now? That's just crazy move here. So many villagers. And that's an evil spot. 1 scout with bloodlines in the tower there. But will be fought down now. And BBK will get the walls up finally. Take a look. Maybe Seminam can get another Mangonel kill. And is getting a trade 1-for-1. So 3-for-1 a wall. Pretty solid for him, I would say. Cool still has some... Oh, look at that. Cool actually taking the small island here of Tito. Pretty nice. Getting a lot of wood, getting the gold, getting the stone. Tito controlling a lot on the outside. Now going for 4cc. Let's take a look at overall villagers. 82 for Tito. Maybe Eagle Warriors could win him the game. Let's take a look at Tito's resources. 90 food, 300 gold though. So that doesn't really cry for Elite Eagle Warriors. Getting the siege workshop up now, but he is setting up more and more farms. Maybe he could be able, and it's not like full water control for any of the teams at the moment, so that landings are still possible for both teams. Obviously easier for VNS, but that's a risky explanation here, I would say. Easier for VNS to land but still possible for the Spaniards as well. Overall military count a bit better, I would say, for the Vietnamese players. Cool story, Bob. ACM. Strong 37-minute castle age time for him as well. But now can finally catch up. Has 20 military. So maybe can do something ralber, going fire ships. Are we playing HD here? Or what's going on? Oh, Nimino around as well. Spain took a game already, yes, and they look pretty good to take this one as well. But now it's looking tougher. Tito getting Mangonauts out. Needs to snipe those spearmen, then those crossbows, then fight against the other Mangonauts. Let's see if he's able to. Needs maybe even. Whoops! Nice ground attack! And that was a lot of damage here. Let's take a look. Can he do more damage? And cool, needs to retreat here. So maybe I want to see another Mangonaut off of him. Oh, and now some raids coming in from Same Name here against PBK, who was still open. Not 100% sure. Oh, maybe it was a landing. No, I'm not 100% sure how they got in. But look pretty solid for them. Let's take a look at Tito's. Oh, that's 1-for-1 only. And Tito needed a better fight than that. He's losing his basically starting TC now. Losing all his farms there, and I don't see him getting onto enough stone quickly that he can get a TC. Oh, maybe he can get a cast up. Only needs 100 more stone, and then he should be fine against that push. But now Eagle Warrior is even coming out, trying to snipe incoming outcoming Mangonauts. Tito now buying stone, selling wood, deleting some farms, and will be building a TC castle over here. And then should be fine against the push of Cool. But he's not building it yet. Maybe wants to go up to Imperial Age. Or he's deleting even more farms. That felt that was too risky. Uh-oh, that Mangonaut needs to be repaired. Tito on the way to Imperial Age now. Nice ground attack, getting some damage done. And that means 2 volleys are enough. So needs to trade evenly here. Uh-oh. Still one Mangonaut out. And Tito might not get that castle up. Wasted so much time and lost. Maybe should have danced more with the Mangonaut. And that will be so bad for him. Cool can deny that castle for such a long time. Not 100% sure till the end of the game. Mangonaut is overextending here. Cool. What are you doing? Yeah, he's getting some more kills. Crossbowman out still. And now the sling starts. Ralber and BBK starting to sling Tito. Mangonaut short. Let's take a look. Tito should be losing more and more villagers. But the castle will get up eventually. Cool. I think he should have suicided a bit more here, and maybe could have even denied it if he played it a bit better. At the same time, the slingers now are getting pushed, so Tito has a very small window where he can do some damage. Where is he getting his barracks? Oh, over here. So that means ACM on his land will lose quite a lot of villagers. Say my name, and Bekti under threat as well. Cool, not having the greatest eco on the outside. But these 2 small sweet islands are maybe what will help him out. Tito now looking at huge resources. Needs to get more, way more food. Has endless amounts of wood at the moment. Okay, if he reaches Imperial Age, I want to see a lot of walls going up. Basically everywhere. And Bekti should continue his push. Siege out is very good. And even denying the... What was that? Mangonauts here of Lan. It seems... Oh, and another castle of Bekti. And I don't really see how Lan can contest that. He will get some villagers. Make that maybe 3 villagers. But the most important thing is now Tito needs to carry. Eagle Warriors coming out. Or Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade at least. All the eyes on Mr. Tito. He is getting the triple sling at the moment. And he's not over at the right hand side. That's a big problem. BBK. Uh-oh. That Eagle Warrior might even kill both two Mangonauts. There's not a single night out for... Oh, Scorpion. Not 100% sure how that will work out. Maybe needs to sacrifice his one Mangonel. And that's so inefficient. Now sending over villagers, and Cool will deny that as well. Eagle Warriors. But look at that. He's pushing into ACCM. And that's not the most important thing here. He needs to push over the right hand side. That's even more important. Teto needs to get... Oh, losing a lot of crossbows here. Samanem is trying to stonewall, getting some more gates up. And Teto needs to push with the Rams here. He is pushing into ACM, who's just trying to buy time. But in all honesty, killing ACM won't win you the game. Most important thing is to go over here and kill back T and Samanem, who's now Imperial Age as well. It's going for Cavaliers, and that will be the perfect counter against all the Eagle Warriors. We see endless amount of resources now going for Eldorado, so Teto is able to push quite nicely here. At the same time, all those three players at one point, Castles up, Mangonels out, they are just not getting the map control here. Look at that, they're slowly running out of wood even. Now trying to fight against Eagle Warriors with +1 defense. Trying to now go more into the range of the TC to fight that off a bit better. Push continues, but does it really matter, Teto? ACM not getting the walls up here. Most important thing is to get over at the right hand side. I believe Teto is not focusing correctly here. Yeah, he gets a lot of damage done against ACCM, but it is not the most important player. We need to get more land control. You can easily raid against Cool, who's now going double Stonewall. He's on the way to Imperial Age as well. And he will, as it seems, go for Plumed Archers. Has one castle up already. And then will try to punish. And those three guys, look at that. They're basically at like... I don't even want to call it 10%. It feels like more like 7 or 8% of the whole outside island they are controlling. And they don't have any more stone spots, I believe. They have like 2 gold spots. Maybe a third one over here if you count that one. But you probably have to. And now Cavaliers coming in. Ends it 2-1. Vietnam A is advancing into the gold stage. Is going into the top 8. After a bit of a screw up here of the Spanish players. Lan not walling correctly at that spot here. Teto not doing the greatest damage that he wanted to, losing a lot with the Mangonels here. Beautiful defense by Say My Name, and in the end, Spanish are dropping down to the Silver League. Obviously, very well set up there to take a very high spot, but Vietnam A, after a lot of struggle, really only down to the second to last game, are qualifying for the Gold League. Congrats to them. And now, yeah, even BBK says procs up. Those games are not mattering anymore, or the last game does not matter. And let's take a look at the achievements. Water fight. Let's take a look who won there. It seems like Back T did quite a nice job there together with ACM. Not having Vikings really hurt, and having fletching so late for... yeah, ralber and BBK, honestly. But especially BBK. Getting 8k sling. But not really getting the Eagles in where they were needed. Just leave ACM alone. Get all the eco down. If they kill Say My Name and Back T at land, maybe the three slingers can breathe again. But obviously I have the all-seeing eye. It's so much easier for me to judge the situation correctly than for Teto, who basically from getting completely pushed, losing a lot of villagers, barely getting a TC up, to, okay, now I need to win the game with triple sling. And yeah, it's just so tough. So I can show you the brackets again. And that means Spain A can only maximum get 2 points. Vietnam A has 4 points at least, can get up to 6. And they are through as the second team. Brazil will be convincing 3-1 performance against all the other 3 teams. Could have been a bit better. Maybe. Could make an argument for that. Didn't have a clean swipe. Game 4 has no meaning at all. Nope. And yeah, now they're even switching around the lineups a bit. And maybe someone will play some draw strategies. And yeah, I should even consider... Well, I won't stop the stream, but I hope it won't be a very long game here. And they won't play with LAN now. I hate pyramid haters. Well, slightly better seating for the winners. Let me take a look. Spain took one. No, Spain is already ahead of USA. Ah, okay. Points matter for the knockout stage, yeah, but Vietnam A will only have 4 points, and they are pretty clearly last with that. Finland has more, Brazil A, or Frantic will have more, or Brazil A. And Argentina has 4 points as well. Yeah, maybe they could overtake Argentina and get 7th instead of 8th seed. Yeah. If they win 3-0 instead of 2-2. Oh well, actually they get 6 points. They're even overtaking Finland A. Yeah. So they get in 6th seed. Or tying 7th seed. So yeah, some seeding on the line, but now Spain even traded, and I mean, as a not second team, so Spain uses theirs. It will certainly not be a long game. Yeah, so you're right. So last game coming up, and yeah, they changed the spec delay to 1:30 as well, so everyone knows what's up. And I like that a lot, the realization that the game doesn't matter too much. Okay guys, then it's time to... No, well, it's not time for that yet. Let's still see if the game number 4 has some enjoyment for us as well. Okay, let me see. Are there any other games out now that are missed so far that are going to be played this weekend? We have Sunday 15 GMT, Chile B against China EMA, so that could be good. And Sunday 12 GMT. At the same time as Frantic and Brazil A, we have Brazil C against Czech Republic. And Brazil A versus Vietnam B was an admin decision. So we have all games played, actually, in the group stage in time. So congrats to that, for that. And it was a bit of a risk by the admins, I would say, to leave all the teams on the loose and just allow them to schedule whenever they want. But it seems that it worked out pretty nicely. So congrats to that. Pyramid's just getting creative here. Not sure why they aren't starting yet. I like watching you while I eat a banana. Coincidence? No. Cap up right. Track delay 50 seconds. Thanks for not smiling. Now I know it's serious. Yes. I watched for solid half an hour YouTube videos yesterday evening and dad jokes. And you're not allowed to smile. That was pretty fun. Some of them were pretty good. I'm a big fan of dad jokes. I think I want to do a challenge against T90. Dad jokes and you're not allowed to laugh. That should be pretty good. And so let's see what map they picked. And we can even... oh, microphone. And we see Mongols, we see Huns, we see Vikings, and Mayans for our team. From Spain, on the other side, we have Spanish, Mongols for Big T, ACM playing the Vikings, and Seminame was a Persian. So, different civilizations here. We have actually Vikings for both, Spanish for Mongols for both. And then we have Spanish Vikings for the Vietnamese and Mayans Huns. Wait, I'm confused. So we have Spanish Persian. Indeed, Spanish Persian for the Vietnamese and for the Spanish, we have Mayans Huns. Now I got it. A bit confusing here, but nonetheless, that's how it goes. Tell us dad jokes until the game starts. Okay, the one I liked the most was what's the difference between 3 cocks and a joke? Your mother cannot take a joke. I like that one quite a bit. Why wouldn't you pick Maya? Because you have other strong civilizations. What else? Did you see the fire in the circus? It was intense. And yeah, that's that kind of humor. And there were some pretty good ones and some pretty bad ones. But yeah, for me the most funniest part is like how they struggle to fight off laughing. Oh, and when did the guy with the dental pain go to the dentist? 2:30. Scout, BBK, TC, say my name. Maybe both of them were still laughing at my jokes and couldn't really focus on the game. Sorry for that. I will stop the jokes now so that we see a better game. So one passing here. Well, actually, in this case, we have 2 passings towards the middle. 100% sure if BBK will scout that. Strength against persons. ACM, pretty nice backwater. Not the greatest water, I have to say. And pretty poor docks by back T and Cool here. I'm 100% sure why they would dock there. Actually, back T could have docked over here. Pretty poor scouting. And maybe Cool even to the front, but Spanish, it is tough sometimes. Hi, Neely. Hi, Simeon, Florin. What's the meta on this game? It's not too well known. Most of the times you have Vikings going for some water control. You try to fish as much as possible. Most of the times you try to wall the passings. And then some teams will most likely send one on water, like the Vikings. You will have one player do some sneaking with some dogs. Most of the time you have like Spanish or even Prox are losing a villager here, and BBK as well. That was a scout. And you have one Spanish or Malian who's going for some plumes or conchs. And most of the time you have one player booming. Maybe the Han player, maybe the Mongol player, maybe the Persian. Those are the options, I would say. And now we can see BBK is going for the Grush, going for some front control here. Maybe we'll do some landing behind that. Proxo, actually, pretty early uptime as well. So he might be, without going on to gold, looking into going for some scouts. So I expect the strategy here to be BBK going for some galleys and a transporter. And then they're landing 5 scouts over into Sema namespace. At the same time, Cool did wall quite a bit and will go for conquistadors, I would assume. We will have back T. I think he has a spot where he could go for boom only as well. But he is actually going for the Grush on the outside. Look at that. One very back dog and did build 2 at the side here. So interesting strategy by him. Sending some galleys to the some fishing ships to the front to get the better fish. And that means the fish of Chateau will die pretty quickly, but ralber actually redocking, and he will go for the Grush and defend Tito's fish. So nice team strategy here by them. So BBK. So we see 2 going for water, Tito going for plumed archers, and most likely going for scouts here is Poxo, but that barracks will be late. And so wall some more here. Same time we have Semaname going for the boom. We have ACCM going for probably the Grush. As we said before, back T going for the Grush as well, and VNS Cool. I'm expecting him to go Kongs, but for now I don't see him on stone. So maybe he will just go boom. And those are the options. Small pause. Time to ask more questions, or time to tell me some more jokes if you have some. So it's easier for me to make puns in German, but Sam now stonewalling at the front. Oh, we can do a knock-knock joke, but that's tough with the chat. Okay, knock-knock. Yeah, Lone Wolf, I already did that one on stream, but that's one I really like. That's from Scrubs, right? Okay, I'm answering to LB10. Who? Oh, back T passing ralber here. Seems like that's not really working out. Feels bad, man. Back T even going for a 4th stock here. Third one on the front. Now adding quite a bit of fishing ship himself. We'll lose probably 1. Oh, microing that back pretty beautifully. And galleys are around, but denied by ralber. So quite nice of a job down there. And cool, is he on stone? Yes, he is. So, and even doing the stone mining. Double conks incoming, guys. You heard it here first. Oh, he's transporting himself. Okay, that will be super annoying against ACCM. But yeah, those scouts aren't very fast, to be honest. Like, the barracks was only built at like 20% when he reached feudal age, and stable only with 1 villager, or maybe like the second one from side. Now the scouts should be standing over here, I would say. Transporters should already be out, and yeah. So that is a funny and annoying strategy, but way too late. He does not have a doorbell these days anyways. A priest got a heart attack and was taken into hospital. Once he woke up, as he asked, I'll do view log maybe for everyone who wants to see the game. A priest got a heart attack and was taken into hospital. Once he woke up, he asked from the nurse if he was in heaven. Nurse responded, "No, we are just taking a shortcut through children's ward." Oh. Oh, that's a dirty one. Oh. Knock knock, who's there? The KGB. The KGB who? We'll ask questions. Okay. Is it still group stage? Yes! The last game of this group, and VNS with 2 making the second win advances. Now for them, if they win this game, they get a way better seat. Like 6, not tied 7th. And for Spain, nothing is on the line in this game. Oh, Lone Wolf. That's a good one. It's a bit better if you PM the German jokes to me directly though, to keep the chat completely English. But that's a very good one. I got it as well, Aris. Rather not going through. That's funny how the Vikings need to run through against the Mongols player there. Okay, let's take a look. Still 7 on stone for cool. As 1 extra TC is still staying on stone. And we see Tito now building his castle up. Okay, next joke. Hey, do you know how to trap an elephant? You dig a large pit, fill it with ash, and place a peanut in the middle. When the elephant comes to eat the peanut, you kick him in the asshole. Hmm? 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 Ach, asshole! Asshole! Ah, that makes more sense. Ah. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. My bad. Proxo going +1 defense and Bloodlines. But 1 camel could actually kill those. Was low HP and such. Uh-oh, one knight got through. How did he... Oh, landing! Landing! Knight and monastery out. BBK in some trouble. Maybe Proxy needs to add some camels at home as well to defend that off. And in GTS, going with more scouts, trying to be annoying. Nice quick bot here by ACCM. At the same time, VNS Yellow at home is just fine. You see Kongs now in the middle, and yeah, that's a big problem. No summons out for ralber yet, and those Kongs will get in guaranteed. Is he still on stone? No, only with 2 villagers, so only 1 castle conquistadors. All lame. Sato trying to come over, but only having the +1 attack. Why would you fill it with ash in the first place? Questions. Well, Glocken, that's not how jokes work. Why scream landing where then is a raiding party amount? Taunts. I'm not good with taunts. Ah, Reaper, I love that one. That's one of my go-to jokes if I really want to be politically incorrect and don't want to get any friends. Then that's one of my favorites. And if like no one is joking after that one, I will always ask what's more evil than 7 babies in a dumpster? 1 baby in 7 dumpsters. Sorry, Glocken, for not fitting to your intellectual standards. Joke's cool. Pretty active here against ralber. Ralber won't get that TC up, and now even in a lot of trouble here against those ratings. And he did see it coming, so... Oh, and not putting the villagers as well. Only having 1 monk out. I'm a bit surprised by Glocken as well. I didn't say that the first baby was dead. I said 7 babies in 1 dumpster. But yeah. Yes, looks in solid control, but Tato now walling up here. Which account for Salmon Aim and Cool, pretty solid. Back T is still struggling a bit. Trying to find a better engagement here against ralber. BBK in a lot of trouble here. 36 villagers. Fox are now building defensive castle here. Trying to send all those villagers over. Those 2 villagers there. So I'm open for a lot of more mean jokes as well. Deny the castle and not an option. He had like 5 camels and Fox had 4 camels, 2 monks. No, too many villagers there, building the castle as well. Okay, ACM now finally going through after actually having the water for such a long time. There's PBK there. And now the water isn't as important anymore. Actually, so pretty even against ralber here. Same amount of villagers, military count pretty neck and neck. Mainly because ralber didn't wall the front and the Conquistadors did some damage. And yeah, Conquistador's just such a beautiful unit in those spots. Tona up to Imperial Age, so maybe he can do some damage. It's preparing a transporter. Maybe wants to get some plumes out here to unite the walls. It's getting a second castle up at that area, so the pushing will start over here. And we'll try to trap down Cool. Let's take a look at Cool's resources. Oh, we'll be clicking up onto Imperial Age pretty reasonable soon. The similarities between a Jew and a stiff nipple. They both disappear after a hot shower. Okay. Okay. I might want to reconsider my request, yeah. Especially if I want to keep my channel here. I probably shouldn't even have read the answer. Tato trying to go for some split micro here, but getting a lot of hits in. Nice repair by Cool. Fuck! Aris. Oh, I'm not sure if it helps to keep my channel if I actually say like that it's not. Well, I'm not PewDiePie, right? Are there enough people that hate me to report that stuff? I have no idea. I pray not. Damn it, guys, I want to upload this VOD to YouTube as well. You know how the world feels when a German makes 2 jokes. Ay, BBK losing a lot of villagers here and probably not even getting that TC up. Let's see how much damage Tato will be able to do. Maybe I want to switch into his point of view. We still don't have a single stable for Cool here. He's now trying to stonewall a bit more. And so is he preparing a big landing or what will we see? Trying to open a bit. Trying to be a bit more aggressive. He's getting chemistry and bracer. Should be getting out some rams if you ask me. Finally BBK is getting that castle up. And Samanem is shut down, but actually that was only a small decoy for Samanem to prepare his landing as well. He's on the way to Cavaliers. He at the same time just boomed with 3 stables. Pretty scrappy game and is in a good control here. But Proxo. Mangada is out. Looking pretty solid. And at the same time we see the Mongols going for a lot of water, still in Castle Age, taking a bit engagement here against ralber, but ralber is still attacking the dogs, so not 100% sure if that's the best engagement. Back to at 40 Cs at the same time. Oh, Timo Ship didn't get the damage done that he wanted to. It feels like ralber will win this one, 32 military against the 20. Back losing it. Or it's nothing, or we have to report you. Feels bad. See you guys, enjoy the last stream. Plum Larch is now for Tato, a lot of rams, and those mangonels. Ooh. Okay, I will not read any jokes out anymore. Okay, Tato pushing here. One of the only hopes for the Spanish team, because the other side isn't looking too great, with now even Paladins coming in. Yeah, Poxo has a lot of Mangudais out, but defense will be tough for him. So much open space, will be easy to raid ralber, and there already are ACM now in the middle as well. Should be redocking here in the middle. Oh, he actually is. Pretty nice job by that for him, or by him. Now Plume Large is coming in. Still no elite Mangudais since Prox is not even Imperial Age. Going for the scout landing there, trying to be annoying, and now Tato is running a bit out of steam as well. Now we're getting the traps in the back. Let's take a look. Is he fighting down those Mangonels? Yeah, he is. Trying to regroup himself a bit, but getting quite a lot of damage done. It is cool. This is +4 defense, Castle helping out to Mangonels, even being repaired, and yeah, Cool doing a great job here, and Tato losing all of his aggression, losing all of his rams. One trap down, let's take a look. Second trap in danger, I would say, but should focus it down. Tato with his demo ships, maybe can do some damage, and indeed, oh, even saves that trap with the demo ships. Nice move. Paladin so efficient. Proxo finally getting elite Mangudai and brace out. Back here on the way to Imperial Age, so yeah, might even win the water against Vikings ralber here. We're still getting raided quite a bit, trying to get a castle up there at the front. That's just such a good spot for Cool. Maybe Bombard Cannon would be super sexy for him. Okay. Since the jokes stop, I turn my webcam off again. And another raid here against poor ralber. Pretty tough for him to keep up the production. He should have galleons earlier now. Trying to take the engagement a bit before that. Mangudai's out. Proxo doing his very best. But ACM will have so much more water control than ralber, I would assume. Castle off, say my name, could be denied. Take a look, seems like 3 villagers will survive for now. More traps out. Monks beautifully focused down by the castles. And all the paladins will go down, but that's a trade that Semaname was willing to do. Just to get this castle up, and now the trade, or the sling, BBK is slinging Proxo, and ACM starts to sling Acti, who maybe should do some on support against Tato here. Cavaliers alone won't do it in the very long run, especially if Tato is adding Harbidiers now. But yeah, for now Cool is fighting this off quite reasonably well. I would say it's looking at a reasonable pop 140 against pop 170 for Tato. But Tato is getting the castle down, and Tato cannot really get pushed with his heavy demos here in the back. Also desperately trying to hold on to his castle. Where are all his Mangudais? Oh, chasing the paladins here in the back, and that's just so ugly if you're Mongols and you cannot fight at one's place and always have to run behind the paladins. But now doing some water control here. Tato's pushing, but now elite Mangudai out. 4 back T finishing in that exact moment. Should be focusing down all those pikemen, and then the Cavaliers of Cool are coming in. Still missing the last attack upgrade and the paladin upgrade. but nonetheless pretty efficient. ACM now coming over though, sniping down those demo ship, maybe sniping down the traps would be an option. And now the GG, Proxy knows he cannot hold this, and Venus takes it 3-1. And luckily not the longest game here, with some great entertainment as well. And interesting strategy here by Proxo. BBK being landed really hurt him. Not controlling that front area really hurt. ralber, only palisade walls, not too great against the Conquistadors coming in. And we have Tito trying to go for the aggression. Probably was in the long run able to kill Cool, but not in a 2v1 against Mongols player who was up there as well. So guys, that was it from this group. We can take another group look at the standings pretty soon. I'll just show you the stats for everyone in the VOD who wants to take a closer look at anything. And so the bracket says 3-1 now for Spain. That means they